Hello, hello. I hope everybody is having a good day. Okay. I gotta like warm up, wake up. Hi, Cal. How are you? Aside from like the literal demon shift that you had at work, I'm so sorry. Also, I was like looking back at my Rumi fan art from last week, and it's fucking awful. So I have to save its life. I need to do some CPR. Okay, what am I doing with this expression? Okay, nothing exciting actually. Today was a day. I didn't get a lot of sleep. I'm sore as fuck. Solo food sounds like a nightmare because I drank too much water. Oh, God. Yeah, your body is like, nah, I'm done, dude. And you're like, oh, okay. Nope, don't know if I want to do that. Actually, God. Why? I'm fine. Everything's chill. What is Wattpad telling me here? Oh, office hours. Let me mute this because I don't need this right now. Okay, cool. Hagwa. I'm at IHOP. Oh, well, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, actually, I am gonna have to shrink this, and it's gonna get really heckin' blurry. It's okay. Could be worse. I'm not warmed up. I have sesame seeds stuck to me everywhere for whatever fucking reason. Aw, Cal, that's so sweet. You're so nice to me. I feel like booty hole. Like, legitimately, but that's okay. This song doesn't go in this playlist. Get out of here. Get out of here, Spotify. You don't know. You don't know what I listen to. I have 无意的红袍 today, and honestly, it's been a second since I've drank this tea, so being able to, like, smell it again after a minute is the best. It's just, like, such a life-giving tea, to be quite honest. It smells so fucking good. Actually, there we go, better. Yeah, when Americans say sweet tea, they really mean, like, we're gonna make sure that the sugar to tea ratio is, like, 4 to 1. There's actually a lot going on here. Better. Yeah, I really like iced teas, but I have to be in the right mood for them. And, like, most of the time, I am not. Okay. Today is one of those days where I'm just, like, melting internally and externally. I have not been doing great. Today there's a lot of, my body's, like, I can feel my nervous system is just on high fry, so that's been wild. Yeah, I'm definitely not looking forward to the heat. But I tend to just, like, not go outside, so, like, also I guess there's that. Or when I do, it's after 7 p.m. I tend to function like somebody who lives in the Mediterranean, living in Greece. I mean, I effectively did for, like, almost a month, but, like, being in Greece for almost a month, I recognize that, like, they understand how to function, and we don't. I feel like we are not on the right track here. Yeah, 2 cups of sugar, 8 ounces of tea. Good Jesus. No, it's true, though. Yeah, it depends on who's making it, but, like, you're right, though. Like, 9 times out of 10, it's, like, really, really bad. Like, really bad. I'm always, like, a 2 lump of sugar kind of a dude. For an 8-ounce, 6 to 8 ounce cup. But I use, like, rock sugar typically, not cane sugar. But I also am a huge fan of, like, royal milk tea, like, Korean or Japanese style royal milk tea with honey. Love that shit. Yeah, my step grandma, truly, she was, but she was from Turkey, and as soon as I tasted the rock sugar, it was like, oh, I'm never doing the regular cane sugar ever again. I'm either a rock sugar or a caster sugar kind of a person. Her elbow got absorbed into the table here. Rip Sean's elbow. Does your skin like that? Pulls you in. Goodbye. Yeah, that is a good tea with honey for sure. I 1000% agree with that. Yeah, honey and tea is really, really good. Yeah, they called it they call it truly still even to today. But especially back in the day, they called it royal milk tea because honey in East Asian countries was the most expensive shit that you could possibly get for sweetener because they didn't really use like, or they had a lot of abundance of sugar cane. I guess is the theory there. So they didn't need as much of it because you could just like pick sugar cane on the side of the road and eat it. So for them, it wasn't that big of a deal. But honey was a much rarer source of sweetener, and so it was like only available for royalty. So therefore, royal milk tea or royalty. Ha 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 ha. I'm fine. But if you ever get a chance to go to like a boba place and get royal milk tea of any variety, whether it's like black tea or otherwise, would recommend. Now that Bo's on the page, I want Leon to be on the page too. Oh, actually, I need her hair. I love these like rogue curls. It's been so fun to like have these fun shaped curls here. They're so good. Okay. I feel like I'm slightly actually more prepared to draw today than I was the other day. Sometimes your drawing days just aren't good, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just open shit up and you're like, oh, actually, I'm awful, and then you just can't fucking, your hands just don't work. I don't know if I like this hand too much. We're gonna figure out if this is something that I care about. I might have to stop in just a second to go and feed the cat because Jace isn't feeling too hot, so he can't get up and do it. So I might need to go and do that in just a second because I can see him. He's in here. Mr. Man is sitting next to me with the same, this side eye. Woo! That synth was sexy. That was something else. I will. Yeah, he's just been having, like, when the heat fluctuates like this, because Jace has fibromyalgia, when the weather starts to do funky shit like this, where it gets really hot, and then it's cold, and then it's hot, and then it's cold, and then it's raining, and then it's not, and then it's raining, it's like, his nervous system just goes on high fry, because it doesn't know how to, like, process that, and so it just results in, you know, he just feels icky, everything just kind of hurts. So he's taking a rest day today. Wow, this is beautiful. Is this Avik? Yeah, it is. Of course it is. Oh, man. Wow, that's sexy. This is definitely a One Pale Reflection track for sure. It's really, really good. Wow, that's beautiful. All right, Mr. Man, let me finish this panel and then I'll feed you. Does that sound like a good plan? She's so cute. You should, if you like One Pale Reflection, you should check out, Betrayer's Blade, which is actually over on my Wattpad. It's 100% free, and it's about Benny, actually, and how he ended up getting conscripted into Athos's army, and what Athos was doing before the Key War. Honestly, though, yeah, chronic illnesses are fucking. There's certainly a time. That's what I would describe that as. Oh my god, Mr. Man. You had to come up here and be sitting on my lap so that way you know that I see you, so that way you know that I'm gonna feed you and not let you starve. Oh my goodness, Mr. Man. And now he's gonna go and sit on my mouse. Do I need to buy a ticket for the Erie event? The answer is no. It is free and 100% open to anybody in the public. So if you want to drive up to the Erie, if you're referring to the Erie Community Library event that's at the end of this month, it is completely free to the public and you can just show up. If you're referring to the Mesa County Comic-Con, which is next month, that one you do need to purchase a ticket. Although I don't know how much it is. Let me find out. That one is the one on September 19th and 20th. Actually, it might be free. Mesa County, legitimately, I shit you not, might be free for people. Hold on. Hold on. Contest judging, signups, LARP. Hey, me and QWERTY are on the list. Let's see, Expo Hall, Comic-Con video, panels, FAQ. I think it's free. I'm not even shitting you. I think actually Mesa County Comic-Con is free as well. Which is crazy to me. Now I'm like, is it free? If you have a Mesa County library card, it's free, or you pay $5. God bless these people, actually. Comic-Con should be affordable. Just saying, that's actually the best fucking thing that I could have looked at. That's fucking great. So yeah, okay, if you're going to Comic-Con at Mesa County, it's free. Or it's $5. So that's super affordable. But yes, the Erie event is, yeah, definitely free. Yeah, that's more of a... It's gonna function more, Aqua, like the author panel that we had at GameCon that one time, where it's gonna be... I'm gonna be giving a presentation on, like, how book publishing actually works. And then people can ask me questions afterwards, so that'll be more along, like, those lines, which is pretty cool. Should eat something soon, but, like, feet! Oh, yeah, eat the ramen. Eat the ramen. Yeah, do it. Ramen is life. Ramen is love, ramen is life. Truly. Holy shit. Instant ramen knows what's up. I was like, where's the break here? It's right here. Right away. Oops, wrong layer. This one. There we go. Oh yeah, totally. Well, and also don't forget too, I'll be in Colorado Springs as well at the end of January. Yeah, we're still waiting on that damn school to get back to Jace about all of that stuff, so it's taken a long time. A long time. He just applied to another school in New Zealand though too, so we'll see. Yeah, so I'll have a couple, at least a couple of events before I end up going, which is good. But who knows, anything could happen. I might be applying for a job in Vancouver, Canada, which is ironic because I just like did that thing where I was supposed to go to Vancouver and then I didn't to get my passport, but like I might actually legitimately just apply. It's for a storyboard position. Vancouver's where all of their like television production happens, animated film stuff and animated TV, so I might go over there. Oh, that's a little bit too short. But yeah, I'm very excited about it. I wish that there was more to do up in Erie other than just like exist. It is what it is. Erie used to have this baller fish and chips place, and then now I'm like so angry because the fish and chips place didn't survive and they had to close, and I'm so upset. It was legit the best fish and chips in Colorado, and no one can fucking change my mind on that one. Hello? Why are you... Photoshop, please? I just wish to lasso. Thank you. There. I'm pretty sure Mr. Man has gone to go bother Jace and or be sad and look at his food bowl like he's gonna die. Which is a very real thing that can happen to him, clearly. I'm not gonna worry about that too much. This one. I'm gonna do like a little ring around the bottom where you put your feet. Like that. Great. And then this is where the countertop is. I'm gonna use this as a rough guide. I really don't want to like do anything super crazy. I need, like, I don't know what's going on the wall behind here, to be quite honest. Damn it. I'm so mad because, hold on, I'm going to pause the music for just a second. I'm so mad because I have these wired headphones. I need to just go and get new headphones probably from like Target the next time I'm there, if I can get some. So my stupid head is shaped in such a way that I can't really do over-the-ear headphones unless they're like perfect, because my stupid crispy ears are shaped in such a way that over-the-ear headphones just physically hurt me. Oh yeah, these headphones are broken. I need to put that on my list. I want to do that. So I haven't been listening or using good headphones for like forever. And I want to be able to listen to my music in a very nice way, but I can't because the over-the-ear headphones physically hurt me. So, cursed. What do I want to put back here? Like a menu or something. I'm just gonna... I don't even need to do like that. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so now... So now I'm going to Actually, you know what? Incorrecto. Joke's on you. I'm gonna grab this. This is my coffee cup. I'm gonna also rotate it so that way it's got some shape variance. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna go feed the cat. Hold on. I can't deny Mr. Man. Oh, here he is. Okay, hold on. Let me go feed the cat, and then I'll be back to work on this coffee cup. Okay, so the Erie thing starts at 5. My school ends at like 3, so hopefully I'll be able to show up. Yeah, watch out for traffic, depending on where you're coming from, because I-25 is atrocious. And if you can't make that one, seriously, no worries. I'm just going to be hanging and doing a little presentation, but I'll have lots of other stuff going on for the rest of the year. But yeah, hold on. I will be right back. Okay, Tatsu has been sated. Hi, James. How you doing? I'm always down for some funny stuff. Okay. Alright, let's get some coffee cup. I wish that you'd go away. Properties menu. Thank you. Oh, no! That's like the worst kind of funny. That's like not even funny funny. That's just bad funny. I hate it when that happens. It's just like, why? Why? It's a curse. I'm gonna do some bubbles here. I don't think Sean is actually gonna drink this coffee, to be quite honest. Like, I think that she's just gonna look into it because she has the option of putting Splenda in it or like sugar, but she is not doing that. And now it is making her question all of her life choices. She's like, what is happening to me? All right. Actually, I'm going to... What is the dialogue on this? I wasn't scheduled to work today. Well, there you go. Honestly, yeah, better to show up and not be scheduled than to, like, not show up and be scheduled. What a mood. Did you go make sure Jace was okay? Yep, he's doing okay. He's taking a sleep. He's trying to sleep it off, I think. Truly. God, this the home pal is so good. Oh, God, it's so good. Okay. There we go. Nice. I fucked up this eyebrow. That's okay. I am slowly making this happen. I have to make sure that this doesn't look too buggy because the millimeters on this focal length was insane. I had to like really pull it wide in order to be able to get her face in here in the way that I needed it to. So I don't want this to look like awkward. Because if it does, that'll be sad. But I think we'll be okay. I don't like that. What I'm gonna do is flip this. There we go, better. There we go, better. Hydrate! Everybody, please take a second to make sure you are not hydrating or dehydrating, just hydrating. It's a self-care combo. Everybody sit up straight, stretch, drink some water. Don't die. We need you to live. We need you to live! I don't know how I feel about this song. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not sure. I'm trying to process it. I have the Wu Yi Da Hong Pao is what it's called. And it's a specific type of oolong that's grown on a mountain where there's a lot of clay in the soil. So this particular oolong has clay-like undernotes to it, and it is literally the best oolong I have ever had in my whole life. It's so good. I didn't even need to work that hard on this eyelash because guess what? Plot twist. It is, yeah, it is insanely good. It has like a chestnutty aroma, and then you get the clay on the back end. Yeah, and then the tea itself is like, you get the nice like toasted oolong flavor on top, but then it's quickly enveloped in like I just drank wet clay, and it's not a bad thing at all. It's such a unique like experience. It's so good. Definitely one of the best tea purchases I think I've ever made, to be honest. Yeah, I have like one of those Masters Collection box sizes of this tea because it's literally so good that I was like, well, I guess this is forever for me. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is panel 4. I'm not really sure how this got down here. Or why we're working on this here like this, but I'll take it. The only problem about Daz is this weird thing where it does ambient shape light and then it does this weird shit where you can't see anything, but it's okay. Stupid Daz. Oh lord, my hand. Yeah, I definitely have the issue of not needing any tea. What do I want to do with this here? Not needing any tea at all, and then going, would be interesting if I got more tea, and then, you know. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I appreciate what it's doing. It's like, yeah, you want the form of the figure to be able to be seen, and it's like, yeah, sure, I would love that. But then it's like, okay, well, we're gonna, when you zoom in only, we're gonna light the figure in such a way that everything is super dark and you can't see anything. And it's like, okay. So then you have to light the figure even though you might not want to. And it's like, well, what if I don't want to do that? What if I'm using this for art reference purposes and I don't want to render an entire scene? Daz. You fool. You demon! Okay, so now this is where this gets really stupid. So I have to effectively go around like this and then connect all the lines all the way over here. And then up here, I have to connect all the lines like that. We're fine. Oh, God. Oh! I mean, or I could do that. It's fine. I did this on the wrong layer. It's chill. We're cool. Everything's fine. Everything's a-okay. It's just me screaming. It's a lot of screaming. It really... Which means that now I get to fill this in manually by myself. Which, you know, c'est la vie or something. Think. Or maybe, with any luck, I will fill this in like that, and then that doesn't get to get filled in because it's the bubbles of the coffee cup. Okay, that's fine. Do I feel like I kind of don't want as much negative space? That's better. If I can get through this fucking page today, that would be amazing. God. I'm pretty sure... I'm gonna go look through some stuff really quick and make sure that this name of this character stayed the same. I don't technically need to do this right now, but I'm going to do this right now. Yep, it stayed the same. Okay, great. Perf. All right. Ugh. My body is sore, and then I have to go back to the gym, even though I went yesterday. And I don't want to, but I have to. Yeah, my job is just so sedentary that if I don't do anything, I die. Oh, yes, you did. Yeah, I've been waiting to get a massage from Jace, but he hasn't been feeling super good, so I'm just gonna kind of vibe. I'm thinking maybe Friday is the day. I'm very excited myself. My body is very crispy. I do like foam rolling before I lift weights, but like it can only do so much. Oh yeah, if you're getting a sports massage or a deep tissue style massage and you don't come out like low-key sore afterwards, something wrong has happened. Should get a Chinese or a Thai style massage sometime. If you think that a standard like deep tissue or sports massage will beat you up, you have no idea. They literally physically will punch you. It's great, actually. They call that, I think, at least in the Western massage community, tapotement, but in the Eastern massage community, it's just whacking. And that's okay, because you know what? It works really, really good. It does exactly what you need it to. What kind of an expression do I want to have? That's fine. This is a very small panel here. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's actually an interesting story about part of the reason why that, like, Jace gets burnt out really, really bad is because, unfortunately, massage therapists end up kind of becoming, like, unintentional therapists in that way. Where it's not necessarily a bad thing if you talk to your massage therapist, per se, but, like, a lot of massage therapists quit really, really early in their career because the amount of emotional baggage that people leave is actually high-key kind of insane. And then also, too, it's actually physically, like, really fucking hard for a job. And so if you don't leave because people, like, keep telling you all their really sad shit every single month, then you leave because you physically actually injured yourself. It's a hard job. It's not an easy one. They call that retail therapy, or like it happens to a lot to fucking barbers and hairstylists too. My mom had that shit happen to her a lot when she was working, as it was just constant, like, people being super weird. Because there's definitely, like, a normal amount of that shit where it's like, oh yeah, you're talking about your day or about things that bothered you or, like, whatever, you know, like, that's, like, normal shit. But then, like, some people, they fucking unload. And it's like, why are you telling me this? It's like, have you considered going to the police? Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, mostly just like being an athlete, there's like good body posture that you have to have when you give massages.
And if you don't, you can injure yourself just like an athlete can injure themselves doing, like literally fucking anything. So that's where it gets like really bad, is that people don't teach themselves proper like body position, or rather the school that they go to doesn't teach them that shit, and then you end up just fucking hurting yourself. Which is unfortunate. Body dynamics, I think, is what Jace calls that shit. He would know better than me. Yeah, because it's less about being small. Because actually, small people tend to be better massage therapists all over. You don't think that they'd be stronger necessarily, but they tend to have more maneuverability. But yeah, the body dynamics is like hugely popular. Yeah, most of the people. Yeah, as soon as you pass 5 years, that's how you know you got a good one. Like that's how you know that they're pros. They know how to take care of themselves, and they know how to not overwork themselves. But it's also the reason why for like massage therapists, the maximum like full-time hours is 30 hours a week. Like, and that's part of like being a massage therapist, is that you go into a business and you say I'm not working any more than that a week, because physically like you can't. But there's not a lot of male massage therapists in general for a lot of reasons. So it's like it's interesting. People have to adapt. Yeah, because I don't think size is necessarily like too bad of a deterring factor. Because I think about how many like very tiny Chinese and Thai women are out there that just beat the shit out of people, and they do a really good job. But yeah, it's like it's a lot. It's a lot of shit. You have to be willing to take a lot. Yeah, people. Well, and I have to just say one thing that you have to be prepared for, and this is working any kind of service industry where you're physically going to be touching people, is that you have to be fucking prepared for people to be disgusting. Like, it is nightmare fuel. And, like, yes, you can turn down a client for having health issues, but you typically want to have, like, a level of tact, I guess. Um, and not be like, hey, you're nasty, get off my table. Sometimes you have to do those kinds of things. Um, but, like, most of the time you have to just kind of awkwardly wait through the entire massage, and then, like, once it's done, you go to whoever your receptionist is, wherever you're working, and be like, hey, this person was really gross and, like, dirty. I can't do this again. And then they have to just kind of quietly blacklist the client. And then the way that that works is that, like, if the person then calls to reschedule, you just have to kind of be like, yeah, sorry, this massage therapist is no longer accepting new clients. Sorry about that. And then if your place only has, like, one massage therapist, then you, like, they have to just go somewhere else. You know, it's like, oh, awkward. But, like, sometimes that shit can happen, and it's like, it's really bad. And some people are more knowledgeable than others. Like, I was just at a hair appointment where a kid came in and he had, like, really bad psoriasis. So it's like, psoriasis isn't like an infection. It's not like you're gonna have any issues with it, etc., etc. It's just like really dry skin, so it's not that big of a deal. And thankfully, the barber that was working next to mine knew what it was, so they weren't like mean about it. It was just like, oh, this kid has like dry scalp effectively, and it was like no biggie. But sometimes it's like, oh no, this person's actually just fucking disgusting. Like, they're just actually dirty. Or like lice, or like, you know what I mean? Sometimes shit can get real. It can get so bad. And I feel legitimately awful. I think about that a lot. Oh, nice, nice. Where you just rent a room. Oh, yeah, that's super nice. Yeah, they call that like private, I think, private massage therapy. Yeah, so then she's got way more control over which clients come in and how you operate your business, which is always really, really nice. Getting the clients is harder, but like fucking setting your own rules and making sure nobody does anything weird is like way, 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 way better overall, which I personally would prefer. Like, if you can run your own business in any instance, like, I guess this is coming from somebody who has had two parents who like ran their own businesses their whole lives, and then I run my own business, but like, honestly, other people freak me out. Sometimes it's just better to be able to just do it yourself. I always forget that Wukong is like, I think he's either left-handed or ambidextrous, because I might have drawn him with chopsticks in his other hand before. But I would not be surprised if this fool was fucking ambidextrous. This dummy dumb, this big old dummy. Let's see. I'm gonna figure that out. Because here's him. That's not eating. No, that's still his left hand. Yeah, so he is ambidextrous. That means. Which makes a lot of sense, to be honest. I just have to remember that Bo is left-handed. Wukong is ambidextrous. Sean is right-handed. I think Leon is right-handed. Oh, yeah, no, it's always really scary when you go into a massage therapist and you're like, oh, my shoulders were legitimately up in my ears. This was traumatizing. And then you realize that you were in desperate need of a massage. Like, really, really bad. It's good for you to definitely be getting those things early, though. I feel like a lot of people they underestimate the value of massage therapy, and they don't understand that it can, especially if you are athletic, and even if you're not, even if you're you know, just like a desk worker and stuff, getting massage therapy is massively helpful for those kinds of things. Yeah, 2 hours, great. That's so awesome. I'm glad that you were able to do that. It's so important. Yeah, it gets especially hard. Like, I know for me, I'm definitely at my desk like 14 hours a day. It's the whole reason why I have to force myself to get up and go to the gym, because it's like, if I don't, like, I even like playing games at my desk, you know what I mean? It's like you gotta get fucking up. Like, yeah. And we as humans have changed so much from like what our day-to-day lives used to look like even like 50 or 60 years ago, because of the advent of computers. You know, now we sit so much, it's like you really gotta take care of your body. It's super important. Speaking of that shit, I'm super excited because I'm thinking about developing a tabletop RPG that incorporates real-life fitness to pretty much any degree. Like, you can be effectively, like, completely... You could actually be 100% paralyzed and still play the game. But it is entirely about working out or doing physical fitness activities or self-care in real life, and that's how you earn EXP in the game. And then you go and play. And then you can also play the game 100% by yourself, so you do not need to have a DM in order to run sessions. So I'm in the middle of mechanic development for that, and that actually might be something that comes out eventually at some point. Like, legitimately, I might be able to publish something like that soonish, within like the next 5 years. I wouldn't be surprised. I love Bo's body language. He's just like, he's so unique. There's a subscriber recap for the month. Oh, what? Oh, cool. 16-hour watch time. Fuck yeah. You're so awesome. You guys are so nice to me. Seriously, though. Like, I can't even tell you how much, like, every little bit really does help, you know? It keeps me afloat, for sure. Oh, I need to make sure my pocket is smaller. I used this emote 17 times. I can't. That's funny, though. That is super silly. It's a good one. I was tweaking last month. Honestly, last month was suffering, though. July was hard. It was not an easy month. I find that that month in particular, for me, it's like that one, and particularly February, for me, is really, really cursed. Oh, this is... I need to move this down. Heyo, let's do a tarot reading. Eventually, I'm gonna have to retire this deck because it's been so well loved. I've been using this deck for like 15 years. It's like some of the cards are starting to fall apart. So once I notice some sustainable or like noticeable wear, I'm probably gonna have to switch over to the new deck I purchased and then use that for another decade. Okay. All right. So since you're asking about a previous point in time as well, I can read this a little bit differently. Okay. So, effectively, last month, what you were dealing with, I got Empress reversed. So that's, you feel like you were just feeling like you were feeling inferior, just in a lot of different ways. Whether it was communication skills, you were feeling like, intellectually, maybe you were feeling like a little bit inferior. You just did not feel super, super great. You felt like you were falling short for a lot of different reasons. But you did your best to not exaggerate your fears and just kind of like reinforce in yourself that it's like, I'm doing my best effectively. But particularly there were problems with, it seems like there were problems with women that were like powerful women in your life specifically, or women that had a lot of influence in your life, or feminine presenting figures that had a lot of influence in your life were the ones that at the center of that. So in terms of like what's going on right now in regards to that issue, be careful of letting that insecurity that happened from last month drive you to be a people pleaser or like overly generous in certain ways. You're gonna just end up pouring way too much out of your cup and you won't have enough left to be able to take care of yourself. So just be mindful of that. Like, it's like the put the oxygen mask on yourself before you put it on another person thing. Like, just be careful to spend your emotional resources wisely, so to speak. And it's definitely, it looks like it's not going to necessarily resolve anytime soon. which is not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that this is maybe like more of a complex issue. Um, but don't be afraid of that. It will work out at some point. All in all, it looks like it will improve like the quality of life and the quality of the situation. It's just going to come from most likely like what you might view as like competition, I guess might be the word that I would use. People are going to be like thinking that they're going to know best in the situation, it seems, for a while. So just kind of, do what you can to resource manage, I guess, is the situation here. And don't worry so much about what other people have got going on, and you can handle that yourself. Yeah, Emperor's Reversed was the first one. Then for present situation is Three of Pentacles reversed, and then the last one was Page of Pentacles reversed. So overall, what that indicates is just like there's a lot of introspective things that need to be happening right now, or like things to do with people like effectively figuring out their own shit. In some cases, it's stuff that you just can't control. It's outside of your sphere of influence, which is not a bad thing necessarily. It just means that you can spend some time working on your own stuff for you, and not spending too much time just worrying about what other random stuff people have got going on. As long as you stay focused on like what you can control, you'll be okay. And it can be really hard to do that when you want to like help other people or resolve a situation, but that may not be possible because it's the ball is in other people's court effectively. It's like you did what you could, and now unfortunately you just gotta wait until they stop being weird about it effectively. And maybe they'll fix their own issues, maybe they won't, and then that's it. That's all you can really do. My theory is that the way magic works is via quantum entanglement, but we don't really have any evidence for that yet. I'm waiting for somebody to figure that shit out. Yeah, because if you have somebody who's actually good at divination, like I would like to say that because of my history and who I am, I'm pretty good at that. I would consider that like maybe one of my only good like psychic or spiritual skills is divination. My brain is an open conduit to the universe, but to be honest, I tend to not do anything. I effectively am looking at the cards when I go to draw them for things that stand out to me, or like cards that have shifted in a specific way that are like, oh, this one looks like it effectively to some extent wants to be pulled out of the deck based on how it's sitting or how I'm holding it in my hand, and then that comes together to create the puzzle piece, if that makes sense. But it's all very intuitive, and also too, you have to be able to like, I guess, understand too big picture things too. So like if you draw a card and it says one thing, like being able to put together how they all relate to each other is also kind of its own skill. Because if you can't see the forest from the trees, so to speak, you're just looking at individual pieces of paper. I'm not as good as like Baba Vanga. I think about Baba Vanga, or the Japanese lady that's like new. Did they end up having us? Oh, well, shit. No, wait, that earthquake happened. Hold on. She might have been right. Actually, she might have predicted that earthquake. Yeah, she did. I fucking knew it. Oh, man. Yeah, so effectively, so there's, long story short, I guess to summarize, there used to be this little old Russian lady. I think she was Slavic. I don't remember exactly where she was from, but her name was Baba Vanga. So Baba meaning grandmother, Vanga being her name. And so she was blind, and she predicted COVID and a bunch of other crazy stuff while she was alive. She's no longer alive, clearly. She was ancient. But she herself was very accurate with her psychic predictions, and she predicted a lot of like very bizarre disasters. So that's pretty cool. But there's this new Japanese woman who she herself is a mangaku. She makes all sorts of manga, but she wrote a manga called Watashi ga Mita Mirai, which is the future I saw. And she, a couple months ago, people were reading the manga and they were like, oh, there's a disaster, a tsunami that's being warned in July of 2025, or around July 2025. No major disaster fell on July 5th, but this week's massive earthquake, which happened at the end of July, people are pretty sure is what she was referring to. So psychics are wild. That's all I gotta say. But because she was predicting tsunamis or something that would shake the ocean, and she effectively successfully predicted an 8.8 mag earthquake, so that's pretty bananas. I don't have like psychic ability to that degree. I think my stuff tends to be a lot more personal. I actually feel high-key bad for anybody who has like disaster psychic abilities. That just sucks. I can't imagine having to live with that. Seems like it would not be fun. It's not universal. Mangaka is the Japanese word for someone who is a professional manga illustrator. That's like the job title. In the same way that a sushi chef is called an itomae. Or itamae. So it's just Japanese for manga illustrator. But that's technically the appropriate title. So you can have, like, American mangakas as well. Or mangaku. And they're technically different from comic book artists, I guess, is the main vibe there. Because manga itself is kind of its own storytelling form. Even though it's similar to comics, it's not really the same. Which is why I don't consider Heaven's Equal. I don't consider this to be a manga. I don't believe that Japanese has any gendered language. But I have to double check on that. No, Japanese does not have gender nouns. So no, if you are a mangaka regardless of your gender. They have pronouns, which is different. They do not have gendered nouns. Ah, God, your knees! Cal, your knees! No! You're like, please help me. Yeah, no, that's why, at least for me, Chinese and Japanese and Korean have been some of the easiest languages to learn, because they're not gendered, and Chinese even to such a degree, more so, where, for example, if you're referring to he, her, them, it doesn't matter. Like, literally, if you're referring to anything, it's just going to be ta. That word ta. It refers to everything. It doesn't matter. And so you have to, like, understand the context of the sentence and who somebody is talking about or talking to in order to understand who it's about. But, like, most of the time, even in Japanese, you just refer to the person in the sentence by their name rather than a pronoun, because otherwise it's confusing. And they have modifiers for words that allow for possessive, like pronoun possessives and things like that. But it's not like in Spanish where you have like la silla, which is a feminine noun, like a chair, versus
El puerto, which is the door, which is a masculine noun. You know what I mean? Yeah, so yeah, if you can imagine, Japanese doesn't even do that. Yeah, most languages, most gendered languages only include three. It's the feminine, masculine, and neuter. Spanish is the same way. Um, but yeah, Japanese, Chinese. I don't know about Korean. I'm not in Korean enough yet to know, but I would be willing to bet about $1 million that they don't. But Japanese and Chinese for sure don't even have that, which is literally the best, actually. It's amazing. Jace used to be fluent in Japanese, actually. Pretty dope. And I speak enough Mandarin to effectively be able to watch Xiaoma videos and understand like relatively what's going on, or be able to listen to music like this and be able to understand what's going on, but not enough to be able to be really like conversational in it. I want to be conversationally fluent in Mandarin, but I need to probably take classes, to be honest, just because like language learning apps high-key suck with Mandarin. Me and there used to be this other awesome person in here, and I haven't seen them in a while, but we used to be on a quest to find the best Mandarin language learning app. Xiaoma's Smart like Chinese course is probably the best one on the internet, to be honest. Like I feel like I haven't really seen anything better. I'm gonna shoot you up. I got a trigger like a shoot it for fun. Shoot it for fun. Oh, cool. From John Tian. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That's pretty dope. I want to go to like Shenzhen really bad. Shenzhen right now is like the fashion, I don't want to say the fashion capital of China, because Beijing is still kind of a powerhouse for fashion and style, but it's like, it's really cool seeing Shenzhen just like blow up. I got a trigger. Oh yeah, I like the tonals. I find it, yeah, but I guess I like a music person. I've done music, like classical music training for so long that for me, like distinguishing the difference between like wool, 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 and wool is like not difficult for me, but it's four tones. Vietnamese is worse, and that's honestly, to be honest, like Xiaoma, if you're interested in like watching somebody who learns a lot of languages, Xiaoma NYC is definitely the guy. But in his opinion, as somebody who is fluent in Mandarin, Vietnamese is the hardest language to learn, simply because it has so many tones. It's just an obscene. It's awful. And some of the tones are shared between Vietnamese and Chinese, so you can see the similarities in it. So like if you have like an upward tone, it's going to be an upward inflection, and downward tone, downward inflection, like that kind of stuff. So it's like ban mi is how you'd like say that, not bon mi or ban mi. There's not any of that. It's just ban mi. It's up, down. So that's fine. But then all of a sudden you start getting like wild shit. It gets bananas. No, Mandarin's 4. Mandarin Chinese has 4 main tones. Oh, I guess 5 plus neutral, but yeah, four tones itself. Because the first tone is that drawn tone, and then up, down, and then, or down, up, and then down. But yeah, it's considered 4. Because 4 phonemic tones. And then Vietnamese is that one last added one. Yeah, because this is their down, up. Yeah, and then this one, this squiggly boy. I don't like that. Whatever that is, I don't like that. I don't like that. It's like there's a break in the tone. Hey, Simon. Yeah, we were talking about. Oh man, I would love some banh mi right now. Would be amazing. First of all, but yeah, we're talking about how the tonal languages, and also how certain languages just don't have gender. Because we were talking about how Chinese is super easy to learn compared to like Spanish or German or Italian because there's no gendered nouns, which is really really nice. We love it. We love it here. Some languages are just so unnecessarily complicated for no reason. And I feel like the grammar for like Chinese is not that bad. I don't know anything about Vietnamese though. Like in terms of like the grammar and stuff, I haven't really studied it, but it's a beautiful language. It's so awesome. How are you today though? I hope you're having a great day. Great to see you again. Yeah, I'm really good at parroting. Like, if I'm in a room with somebody and somebody's speaking to me, I can mimic tone really, really well. And I do feel kind of bad because it puts me in situations where, like, if I don't know very much of a language, what ends up happening is I end up speaking to people and they end up assuming that I'm local when I am not, which is really dangerous. Mostly just because then they just vomit a local language at me and I don't know how to speak it. So like when I was in Greece, I knew a bare minimum amount of Greek, but I didn't really know very much else. So that resulted in me like effectively ordering in Greek at places because it's easier for people to understand. And then they're like, "Oh, you're Greek," and then they want to speak in Greek, and I'm like, "No, I'm sorry. I'm a deceiver. I'm so sorry." But it's a great way to make friends, though. I always wish, like, my Chinese, like, whenever I go to, like, Hot Pot a lot for Chinese New Year, for Lunar New Year. And, I, will always go and say, like, Happy New Year to people at the restaurant because they're all, like, very, very, very Chinese. Japanese grammar is the hardest. Yeah, I haven't studied Japanese at all. My husband used to be fluent in Japanese. They go crazy with their grammar. Yeah, I find. Yeah, I wish I knew more about Vietnamese grammar, but like, yeah, sometimes it's rough. Oh, hydrate. Everybody drink some teas, some water, some coffee, some soda. Literally anything that you got. As long as you're staying hydrated, you're good. The konto. I don't know if you mean koto. Because the koto is the Japanese instrument that is very similar to this thing. This thing is the koto. I do not, but I do have it is I can never gujiang. This thing. Because this playlist is predominantly Chinese music because I'm working on a Chinese comic. I try to not have Japanese instruments in it, mostly because the main problem is sometimes also called guqin, interestingly. But yeah, I try to not have like as many as like Japanese songs in here. I find that like a lot of people default to Japanese music when listening to quote Asian music, which is not necessarily the best. I do have some Japanese songs and some K-pop, but the majority of it is Chinese. But in terms of like if those traditional instruments are in here, yes. A lot of C-pop artists use those instruments in their work, which is really cool. But I also have like Shanghai Restoration Project, which is like a revival folk band that uses those instruments as well. Okay, let me figure out.
I need to get rid of Bo. There we go. New Year! Both Vietnamese and Chinese celebrate Lunar New Year, but they always, assume that Lunar New Year is Chinese. So yeah, we're kind of irritated. Yeah, I typically refer to it as Lunar New Year. Like, but that's what's bizarre to me is that it's like it's not necessarily like it doesn't belong to like one country. Yeah, no, it's totally, I can definitely see that. Yeah, here in the States, I know a lot of people call it Chinese New Year, but it's like that's not really very accurate. Lunar New Year, like it definitely, it makes sense to say it in Chinese if you're speaking with Chinese people, but like it's like the Lunar New Year celebrations here that we have, thankfully, in my city are like they are all multicultural. So I know that the Vietnamese community has their own Lunar New Year celebration, and then the Chinese Lunar New Year celebration is pretty big. And then I think the Koreans do Solar New Year like the Japanese do, so I don't think that they do that. I think that they do their own thing. Let me add this to the queue. Yeah, the Koto and the Gujiang are super similar, or the Guqing. They're super, super similar to each other. Same family. Same, like, music family. Yeah, I love doing Lunar New Year's stuff. I always go and get, like, the mooncakes and stuff. So tasty. And we go and do hot pot. Well, like a bunch of hot pot with friends. I literally, even though it's like 90,000 degrees outside right now, I really could go for some hot pot, actually. Just saying, I will drown in broth. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. I'm just saying that it is a thing that could possibly happen to me. Will I drown? Maybe. But also, too, no, now that we mentioned banh mi, now I'm hungry, and, like, a bun sounds so good. Why? I'm fine. I don't have any money right now. Oh, man. Oh, boy. There is this very lovely, like, Thai lady that is below us. She has her restaurant downstairs, and she has like some Vietnamese items on her menu, which is fine, but they all end up tasting like a Thai person made Vietnamese food, if that makes sense. So it's like, it's fun because it's like really like convenient to go get it, but then I'm like, this is like not this is not what I was looking for. Listening to string instruments always makes me want to play my harp again, and then I'm like so lazy. I have to like restring it and like go and tune it, and the thought of like all of the upkeep of having to go and do that makes me go, I don't know, never mind. I'm like, I'm good. I wonder what the difference is logistically between a koto and the guqian are. Koto versus guqian. Oh, it's the number of strings. So like, oh god. I see. So a gujiang is much larger, actually. Like, it's huge.
and the koto has movable bridges, which change the pitch of the string, but the guqin or the gujiang, it does not. And actually, what's pictured in this album art for this music is the Chinese instrument. This one. So this is not a koto, actually, I don't think at all. It doesn't sound like it. This is actually like a, this is a Chinese instrument. And I bet you I can do some research here to try and figure out. Why they chose the Chinese instrument over this. Oh, I wish I could copy this text. But I can't. Yeah, I wonder why they chose that instrument instead. Yeah, because it doesn't sound like a koto at all. So I can show you an example. This is a koto. I'll add closey to the track here, and I can show you the difference. Search Dan Tran. I'm so sorry, my pronunciation was so fucking bad. Me and my Vietnamese, not good. I will look it up though. Let's see. Oh yeah, and then this is the Vietnamese one. Yeah, cool. Yeah, and this one, very much like the koto, has the movable bridges as well. That's so cool. Okay, hold on. We're going to throw that in there too, because I'm going to see if I can get some on Spotify to try and find a traditional artist. I'm assuming that this person... Oh, yeah, this is all traditional. Let me go see. This is good. Yeah, kind of interesting. Do you know which anime this is from? Just curious. Because if I can find the English name and then I can find the track in English, then I can figure out if what I'm hearing is correct or if I'm just full of shit, because that could also be the case. Tokisei High School Koto Club, I'm assuming. Yes. Oh, no, never mind. This one actually might be a koto. This koto, I see. So in other album artwork, it does include the full instrument, which has the slides. Oh, yeah, traditional as in Vietnamese tradition. Yes. No, yeah, definitely. Yeah, so actually this is just the world's most non-koto sounding koto. It is very pretty though. Super, super, super pretty. This anime looks cool, though. Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's beautiful. To be honest, I've been in love with the Black Myth Wukong soundtrack, and a lot of their soundtrack is traditional instruments as well. It's really beautiful. Yeah, this is so pretty. Oh yeah, if you haven't played Black Myth Wukong, you should. Definitely not me being super ultra biased and being like, yeah, because I'm working on a Wukong comic as we speak. But definitely, it's a Souls-like if you like Dark Souls style games. It's very difficult, but it's got, like, especially play it in Chinese, don't play it in English. I think it's like standard AAA, so it's like $60. It's on, I believe, Xbox and PlayStation and PC. But I feel like it is definitely harder on console than it is on PC personally. But that's just me. I don't like having to fight my controller for my reaction time. Yeah, because this is more so the sound that I associate with a koto in my mind. Does that make sense? And so when I hear this is what I think of when I think of like traditional like Japanese instruments. I'm not super familiar with like the different types of koto, but this instrument specifically, it has like a really specific kind of twang to it, if that makes sense. But it's kind of like listening to the difference between like a banjo and like a guitar. Where I'm like, yeah, this is koto. But it's really interesting how different instruments have like wildly different sounds depending on even like what the material of the string is, because like you can have a gut versus a nylon string versus a metal string, and that obviously changes a lot about how the thing sounds. Totally different. It's like a very technical field. Yeah, because the 21 string, I imagine, is, well, it's one huge, I'm sure. It's probably a huge instrument. Okay, let me see here. I'm going to grab this. Enjoy your leftover pasta. Oh, you know what? I realized I didn't fill in his hair. That was my bad. Guess who is not going to get through this page today despite everything? I'm stranded. I'm never going to get through this page. This is my fate, I guess. I'm just trapped here forever. I'm cursed. Never, ever gonna get through it. God. I just want to be free. And move on with the story. And move on with this chapter, but no. I'm trapped forever. Clozy's great, though, if you like listening to world music, by the way. But yeah, we do not have to listen to this whole thing. Cool, so I think this is the Vietnamese one. I'm like trying to get my ears to pick up on what I'm listening to. So pretty. I love how collectively everybody was like, but guys, what if we did this crazy stuff where we like attach a bunch of strings? Oh, it comes to Xbox on the 20th. Oh, dang. So it's been out for like a really long time on PC. I'm assuming it was like optimization stuff. The game is kind of intense in terms of like render power and like execution. resources needed is the word that I'm looking for. This is so soothing. I'm just gonna go to sleep. Yeah, it's got mad AI, even on my machine. Like, I have a pretty damn good machine, and, like, it has trouble keeping up. Yeah, this is played super similarly to the Chinese version as well of the instrument. It's not, like, exactly the same, but it's pretty similar. It has different, like, I don't know, overall, like, melodic and tonal quality, though, too. Super pretty. You know what? I might actually, for the sake of cropping, because I don't want to worry about legs. You ever just not want to worry about legs? It's me. Oh yeah, shamisen are amazing. Yeah, please feel free to drop the link to anything you'd like to share. I love shamisen. So beautiful. I follow this girl who's like a professional. She's like a shamisen metal artist. She's amazing. It is. Well, so interesting story about how Souls-like is a type of mechanic now. Like, Dark Souls effectively created a genre so new and unique that Souls-like is the style of game in the same sense that you'd say like platformer or like fighter or like roguelike, right? Those kinds of things. So Souls-like describes how the combat goes and what kind of what kind of mechanics are used. So it's typically like Twitch based. Nice. Yeah, I'll put it in the queue after we get through this this Gujiang piece. Thank you for sharing amazing music with me, you all. This is amazing. Yeah, because Assassin's Creed is not a Souls-like. Assassin's Creed is an action RPG, which is a completely different genre. They're both RPGs, like RPGs broadly meaning role-playing game. In other words, like, you're running around as a character doing stuff. But, yeah, Black Myth is definitely 100% intentionally a Souls-like, in the sense that it's all Twitch-based combat, and you're screaming, and if you die, it's, like, super unforgiving. And nobody is having a good time. It's very difficult. I haven't beaten it for that reason, but it's definitely worth a play. If you want to really challenge yourself. There is no difficulty mode. You just have to just kind of scream and play. But in terms of, like, if you want to understand where I'm coming from with this comic in particular, for example, this would be such a good way to do it. If you're interested in understanding the myth behind Journey to the West, it's a great way to learn. I'm happy because, like, I feel like for a long time I was, like, the only one who had any idea what I was talking about when I was talking about my comic. So being able to have something to be like, yeah, have you played Black Myth Wukong? It's like, oh yeah, I have. It's like, great. Because it's just that. Okay, there's that. And then this panel. Oh my god. This whole thing. Ugh. Alright. Okay, now that this is done, let me go over to YouTube and we'll play this one. Let me know if you all can hear this, okay? Oh, nice. It's a whole playlist. This is cool. Shamisen are amazing. I love Journey to the West. The Chinese have a series about it from the 1990s. You might be talking about the one from the 80s. And, like, let me see. Let me see if this is the same one. Hold on. This one. This is my absolute favorite. I don't know if this is the one that you're talking about, but like, this is Ling Dong. Oh my god, he's so good. He's such a good actor. I love this so much. Yeah, so, no, oh, this is loud. Thank you. I'll go ahead and do this. There we go. But oh my gosh, he's so good. So good. Yeah, I could watch this all the time. I watch it like at least once a year, to be quite honest. He's amazing. But I love that one too. Love it to death. Yeah, I feel like it's tough because like a lot of people here in the US, they didn't really know about Sun Wukong until Black Myth came out very recently, and so I'm like, partially I'm glad because it's like, yay, you know, people are more interested in the like lore itself, which is great. But a lot of people don't know that he exists over here, which is really sad, unless you're speaking with like the Asian American community. Which is a shame. I've read Wu Chang'an's Journey to the West, and it was like, yeah, this is, you know, mythology-wise, it's like really, really good. Cool. So this is like an entire playlist, so I will keep this open, but I won't play the rest of it just because YouTube will flag me for copyright. I got to be careful over on my YouTube streams. But that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that playlist with us. That's really cool. But there's also like Monkey Kid Hero is back. Or no, Monkey Kid. Wow, Lego Monkey Kid. I'm mixing a bunch of stuff up, which I think helped popularize it as well. But I have not personally watched that. That's produced by Lego themselves, which is great. But also, too, it's like a very like dumbed down version of Journey to the West. It's not necessarily like the best representation of the media, I don't think, because it's so dumbed down for kids. And then I really like Monkey King Hero is Back, that animated film, but that was produced by the same people who made the Naja movie. And that was really the first time I had heard about it, was watching that movie. I saw clips from it, and I was like, whoa, this animated movie looks beautiful. And I didn't know, like, I was frustrated that we didn't get any of it in the US. And then I watched that and was like, whoa, this is amazing. And then effectively was then possessed with the mission. Like, my goal with this comic really is to try and like westernize this concept enough for people to understand the mythology without dumbing it down. So I am effectively adapting this comic almost word for word from the original book. And if there are concepts that people need explaining, like you know, like Taoist or Buddhist concepts or things like that, then I just take the time in the comic to explain them and make sure that people know what's, you know, what their stuff is, versus just being like, oh, it's a demon, and then not really like explaining like how that works or what the mythology is behind it or any of that stuff. So hopefully, like, it seems like a lot of people like it. Most of the people who are fans of my comic are Lego Monkey Kid fans, which is totally fine. I love, those guys are nice. But also all of them are like, ship Wukong with a 6-eared macaque, and I'm like, no! I won't. I refuse. You can't make me. Actually, this needs to be longer. Which is fine. Let me make sure, let me fix this. But yeah, if you want to read the comic, it's 100% free on Tapas and Webtoon. It's only got like 10 chapters out right now. Because I have to, unfortunately, I'm like a one-man army here. I love to participate. I like to listen to stuff that can excite me when I work. Lo-fi cannot motivate me. Simon, me too. I literally can't do it. Can't do it. Yeah, I just go sleepy times. Oh yeah, six-eared macaque. Yeah, Junji. That's his name in my comic is Junji. Or Sanji. He's Sanji, Wukong is Junji. Junji means genius. Elite. It's hero. It means hero. So that would have been the name that Wukong would have given himself, popping out of the rock. Versus Sanji, meaning also outstanding or talented, because he's a copycat, effectively. It also can mean like a third of the batch, because he's like 3 of 4 mythic monkeys. So I feel very clever. Okay, I guess let me give one more detail to this pen. Wow, a pen. I think I'm actually going to finish this page today, y'all. I really do believe all of a sudden, with every force of effort it took for me to do this, I think I will actually finish. This diner almost killed me, I'm pretty sure. Like, actually, this was literally the worst. Oh. Wow. But yeah, if y'all ever want to listen to the playlist we listen to on stream, a lot of the times I have playlists that are themed around the books that I write or the stuff that I produce. So for example, this is my Heaven's Equal playlist. If you go to my website, you can find the link to the Spotify playlist there. On each page. Heaven's Equal is under art, but the playlist should be there. For each of my books, actually. Actually, this needs to move. Come to me. I always like encourage people to listen to certain playlists while they read my stuff, because it's like, for me, it's like immersive, I guess. Good lord. All right. Damn it, Bo. Alright. I'm gonna leave his chest out of this despite everything. Let's see. Oh yeah, Cal just sent the link to my website. If you go there in the chat, and then you go to art, Heavens Equal the Comic, and you click there, you'll find the Spotify playlist right there on that page. And you can go ahead and either save it to your Spotify or just go and bounce on over there. But same thing can be said for all of my other books as well. Everything, all of the pages should have playlists on them too. All right. Bo's tiny notebook is so small. He's taking little notes, but he's actually a traitor. I'm fine. I always found that, like, when you get to the last page of these kinds of spirally notebooks, they just, the notebooks start to, like, malfunction. I don't know if that ever happened to anybody else. I'm just going to go in and erase everything once I get there. Yep, lots of variety. That way we never listen to the same thing twice. Most of the time I'll have about 100 songs in my playlist, but it kind of depends. This one in particular relies a lot on like soundtrack format stuff, so it's like really melodic, and then also too the tracks tend to be a lot longer. It definitely will not take you 13 hours to read the entirety of Heaven's Equal, to be honest. Do I have... I'll go with this. Oh my lord. Why would you do this to me, Photoshop? Stop it. Oh, you are the devil. Photoshop. You're the devil. Why are you like this? This is fine. I don't need anything specific. I have my pen in my mouth. Everything's chill. Actually, I'm wondering. I'm wondering if I need to have a plate of pie on here. I'm like, where is his pie? I probably will need pie on here, actually, in order for this to not suck. But that's okay. God, I'm almost there. I'm so close! Okay. Because really what I need is... Oh yeah, please feel free. I'm always down to like listen to new music from places that like we don't get a lot of exposure to. Oh, you want to know what I forgot? Is in this panel here, I forgot a plate of pancakes here. Yeah, I need pancakes. Is this how big the plate is? Yeah, he's got a pretty big plate of pancakes, to be honest. I don't know, maybe that's a little bit too big. Why? I just want to be done with this damn page. Alright, no, back up here. It's got bacon on this side, eggs on that side, pancake in the middle. Okay. So I'm going to start with the pancake because now the pancake has like a big old cut in it. And the butter is like kind of melting now a little bit. This track is from Black Myth Wukong. By the way. So if y'all want like a vibe for what this game sounds like, it's just insane. Sing by one. Ah, nice. Thank you so much for sharing. This is so awesome. Two of them is a song, one of them is a playlist. Very cool. Thank you so much. I'm definitely going to be listening to this later for sure. This is really awesome. Let me see. Let me open up all these YouTubies. Cool. Awesome. Oh my gosh. Why? Okay, then there's the eggs on this side.
There we go. Okay, we're fine. Okay, now let me pie. It's just a piece of pie, but now there's like missing pie. Pie. Wow, pie. I don't know. It smears. It's pie. What kind of details did I put on the top of this pie? Nothing. I'm fine. And it is kind of a small plate, but I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. Do you listen to a lot of stuff from Eurovision, Aqua? Because you might like it if you are interested in international music, but particularly music from Europe. Yeah, I love Eurovision. I'll have to play. Let me find my favorite Italian artist. They won Eurovision at some point. I think it was like a couple years ago. I don't know if tanto in Italian means the same thing as tonto in Spanish. This is funky. Okay, this is fine. I'm free! Oh, wow, that took a lot of work. Probably not. We're gonna find out, though. It means like a lot. So, tanto is to mucho in Spanish. No, tonto. Tonto in, I'm searching for tonto. T-O-N-T-O, which means idiot. But tanto in Spanish does mean so much. So actually it does. Yeah, because in my brain, I was hearing tonto, T-O-N-T-O, which is completely different. Yeah, no. I misheard it for a different word. But yeah, in Spanish and Italian, this is the same word. Which is cool. Okay, good lord. Alright, now time to color. Okay, so now the question is I don't know what kind of background, like wall color this is going to be. Yeah, because he is asking cuánto, right, how much, and then the answer is so much, so much, so much. Which makes sense. I understand. I get it. I get it a little bit. My brain just mishears things. These guys are my favorite Italian band. But
I think these guys won Eurovision in like 2021. If you can afford it, I would recommend the Wui Da Hong Pao, but I recognize that shit is expensive. Ready for the bounce on the night? Are you ready for the dance on the night? Why? Oh, currently unavailable. Damn, okay, hold on. Let me go and look. Let me see. Unavailable for you, unfortunately, because I'm seeing it over here that it's on sale, actually. So that's a big cry. The Senshu Oriental Beauty was good. I just got the Formosa Putong. I like it. I would recommend this. It's a good, solid oolong. I think I like the tea. You want to get a Heaven's Equal themed one, you should get the Fujian Ti Kuan Yin. It's named after Guan Yin, the Bodhisattva. Or, in other words, Yin in my comic. So if you want to get a tea that's actually named after Guan Yin, Ti Kuan Yin, the Fujian, Ti Kuan Yin was exceptionally good. This was really, really good. But otherwise, I haven't really... I don't remember. I'm like, what did this one taste like? Oh, Golden Lily. Yeah, Milk Wulong is actually super good as well. If you're looking for a cheaper cup, the Milk Wulong is very, 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 very good. But the Monkey King tea is not a Wulong. It's a green tea. It's a green tea blend, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, my recommendations, my things thrown into the ring would be either Milk Wulong or the Fujian Ti Kuan Yin, if you can afford it. It's got peach Wulong in it, but yeah, it's technically a blend. It's not a pure Wulong. But the Calypso Green, yeah, Wulong is the most forward, but yeah, Calypso Green, it's not necessarily 100% pure. If you're looking for like a Wulong to just eat the Wulong, just to put the sweet, sweet Wulong in your mouth, it is great. No, I love my Wukong tea. It's one of my favorites that I've ever made, truly. Yeah, Wulong is amazing. I prefer it over green. Effectively, the fermentation is different. So, like, green tea is going to be minimally oxidized. That makes it, like, taste like grass, effectively. But the Wulong is, like, a partial fermentation or oxidation, so that it tastes more like it's, like, got a toasty, roasty flavor to it. Also, too, Wulong is higher caffeination. Ooh, I added to the Ti Kuan Yin and the Formosa. Oh, you'll have to let me know what you think. I'm so excited. The Ti Kuan Yin really did slap. It was obnoxiously good. Yeah, because effectively tea, like, it all comes from the same plant. So unlike coffee, where you have different beans from different plants, tea comes from the same plant. And effectively, with that, you have to effectively get creative with how you ferment it, in other words. Or, like, whether or not you smoke it or roast it or all of those things. So, hello? Black tea, for example, is fully fermented, fully oxidized, fully, like, I think roasted in some cases. Why did this happen to me? Why would you do this to me? Yeah, and matcha in itself is, yeah, completely, that's a whole animal. The tea process is wonderful, though. I wish I could be a professional tea, like, if I could be a professional tea maker, I would just do that. Okay, so now I have to, like, figure out what I want to do. Yeah, I do love myself some oolong. What I like about oolong is it's not like black tea where you can't really drink it without stuff. Like, you can enjoy a black tea by itself, but, like, I find that black tea is best with sugar or honey, or milk. All of those things, but oolong is nice because it kind of straddles the line between green tea and black tea where you can enjoy it without anything added to it, and it has like a nice robust flavor. This. Why? I missed one part of the bench. Okay, these benches low-key, or these seats low-key kind of suck. Don't think about them too hard. Oh, actually, just kidding. They gotta be like this, and then this is gonna be the same color because to anybody else that I've fallen for lie. Yeah, I don't like hibiscus. I feel y'all on that one. Like, I don't know. It's something... I like, hibiscus ends up being really sour. And the only way that I end up liking it... Because I have a hibiscus green that my mom got me. And it's a great quality tea. But, like, it's so sour. I have to mix it with... I have a stone fruit syrup. And that fixes it. That, like, literally saves the entire tea. It's nice and sweet. And then apricot and peach notes, which is really good. But, like, without that, or, like, I'm sure a prickly pear syrup would be good in there, too. Without that, I'm like, this just tastes like it went bad. It just, like, it doesn't taste good. Yeah, I gotta really, like... black tea for me, it's got to really have like a good flavor profile, which is why all of my black teas that I sell for my book blends are all blends specifically, because I just don't like it by itself. It needs some zhuzhing up, you know. Gotta have that zhuzh, as we say. Let me get this out of here. Okay, I know that we're getting close to stream time being done, but also to... I'm just not going to have time to finish this page today. I'm so mad. I was so close. Actually, I think I'm going to have to call it for today because I have to do meetings and all sorts of other stuff later. Oh, so lame. Okay, well, what I will do, just so that these guys are blocked out, since I have a couple more minutes... This was an absolute curse of a page, truly. Good Lord. And this page looks ultra nice.
But at what cost? Like... hello? Oh, I was like, why can't I see that panel? I was like, I definitely drew it. Okay, well, progress has been made. If a hiatus has to happen for these pages to get done, that's what has to happen, because I'd rather have quality art than something that was rushed. Yeah. Okay, well, there's that. So, thank you so much for hanging out today, everyone. I really appreciated it. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to be working more on my K-pop Demon Hunters fan art. I had to redo Rumi's entire face because it's awful. So we're going to do that later. Otherwise, though, that's pretty much it. So I will see you all hopefully tomorrow, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day, your night. Yeah, all of that good stuff. So see you later. Bye-bye.